Hi, my name is Heidi Hollis, and this is another installment of Alien Advice. And I have a rather long letter, but it's very interesting that I want to share with you. It says, "Hi Heidi, I've read something that you had said about the Hat Man shadow person that made me a little uneasy. You had said that he is related more toward demons, trying to urge people to the dark side. I refer to him as the Sandman because in most of the stories I've read about him, he is near someone while they are sleeping. When I was 3 years old, I had an encounter with one of these. That was 16 years ago in 1993. I remember sleeping next to my mother in my parents' bedroom and being awoken by something. I looked towards the bottom of the bed and saw a tall man, must have been 7 to 8 feet tall, with a hat and what appeared to be a trench coat, staring at me. I quickly pulled the blanket over my head and eventually fell asleep. After the next few nights, I had seen him at the bottom of my parents' bed, and still staring at me. I eventually got enough courage, at 3 years old, LOL, to get up, walk over to him on the bed, and attempt to touch him. At the time, I remember thinking I was seeing things and wanting to reassure myself nothing was there. He quickly vanished before I got to feel him. Several months ago, I had never even heard about the shadow people. Take a number. I was asking my mother a few questions about my late uncle who spent his last few weeks in that house before he died. I knew he was a very tall man, so I assumed I had seen a ghost. I had asked if he ever wore a hat or a long trench coat. She said that he never even owned a long trench coat. I saw a show on Sci-Fi, Children of the Grave, and it got me wondering about these things. I started recounting all the paranormal things that have ever happened to me in my life and came to realize that these things have been in and out of my life from a very early age. I'd always thought they were just ghosts or my imagination. Wow, was I really wrong. Well, over the past few days, I have seen one near my neighbor's vehicles. He is not the Hat Man, though, just a solid black humanoid figure. I go outside for cigarette breaks late at night, and out of the corner of my eye, I see someone staring at me. I turn to look at this person, and it darts in between the cars and behind a nearby fence. They seem to show up every few years in my life and disappear for a while. But I did have a question about the Hat Man shadow. If they are trying to recruit, why would he target a 3-year-old? And he disappeared because I put my fears aside of him? Carly. Well, Carly is a very, very, very interesting story. Why would he target a 3-year-old? Why would he target anyone? You know, I think that a lot of people are decent at any age, and odd things happen. He doesn't seem to discriminate whether you're a Christian, Muslim, Jewish. He just seems to show up. He seems to have a lot of variety in what he chooses to focus on. And oftentimes, you know, he comes around for a particular something. You know, if there's somebody ill in the home, if there's a death about to occur or has occurred, or a terrible accident. You know, and just depends who actually spots him out. He might have been staring at you because he knew you could stare back. And he might not like that. He might have been doing an intimidating game where he kind of stares you down like, you know, don't pay attention to this, don't pay attention to me. But, you know, he does odd things at odd times. So it's really difficult to pinpoint why exactly he did that. I don't think your age was a factor because I've actually heard from lots of 3-year-olds that reported having seen such things when they were 3-year-old. You know, so not that 3-year-olds are writing me, I'm saying when they were 3 years old. But, I mean, in fact, on my channel here, you'll see that there is another story from another person that said they were quite young when they spotted the Hat Man. So, does not mean you're particularly evil. And that he's going to always show up. But you said that you saw that black humanoid type figure. That sounds like a typical shadow person to me. Yes, they are related a little bit to the Hat Man, but it is not the Hat Man. So I hope that this was helpful to you. Thank you very much for writing me, and let me know how it goes.